Episode 177. Are these comics going to make great television shows and movies? We got Titans by John Layman, and we have Kill All Immortals, not just one or two of them, kill them all. Let's check them out right now. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Thank you so much for spending time with me as we rant about movies, comic books, and television shows, as well as the occasional board game. I am your host, Frank Zanca. I'm an award-winning screenwriter, novelist, and comic book writer, as well as a filmmaker. And we got our Lords of LA issue 2 in. I have two more covers that I don't have right in front of me right now, but we just got them in. We got the Samurai cover, and we just got the Helene cover in the sexy leather. But it's the story of Lena Morgan. She moves to Hollywood to be a new star. And we have Marilyn Monroe in here also. But things go terribly wrong when she ends up in a tug of war between the two mob bosses that are running the city that both are lusting after her. And then on top of that, they turn her after she just has a newborn child, which she ends up forcing her to leave because she's afraid that she is going to hurt it, and she returns 60 years later for her revenge. So this is issue 1, and we have issue 2, and if you'd like a copy, let me know in the comments section, and I do sign them. Plus, if you are a fan of Timothy Zahn, who created Thrawn in the Star Wars series, we are doing a Green Hornet book with him and Brandon Easton and Kevin J. Anderson, who did the Dune books. Just a pile of people. We're doing a Green Hornet anthology with all of these tremendous talents. And you might want to just check out the description below that has the link to Kickstarter. There's a video there, the whole bit, and it has a whole list of all of the writers. And we also have Matt Wagner doing the cover. He did Batman, and he did Grendel, Mage, just a pile of stuff. But anyway, definitely check that out. And if you want to get notified about when we're going to launch beginning of the year, definitely click that link as well. All right, so let's jump into Titans. Again, this is by John Layman. He is now taking over the title from Tom Taylor, who I think did an okay job. Tom Taylor had some moments. This is the story of the Clock King, which I think is a very odd villain to bring in here. But anyway, he entered all of their minds, and I don't know, I guess because of the whole absolute power thing, he now has a mind control thing. But then we find out later that it's affecting him in a different way. But anyway, so we have the Clock King. The best version of the Clock King, of course, is in the animated series from Batman. But the fist coming at him is from Donna Troy, because he subdued by himself the entire Titans group. I don't know about that. But anyway, he looks like he freezes her, and he tries to go into her mind, and instead she goes into his, and we see that he has a tumor. I got a tumor in my head. I don't know. It's bad. I gotta get it out or something. But anyway, so he says, does anybody know about this? And he's like, no, just you. And I guess he doesn't want to give up the power associated with the tumor, so he kills the doctor. And he takes the evidence, I guess. And then somehow the Clock King has like multi-billion-dollar facility here, and he's got them. I don't even know how he transported all these people there. There's 7 people by himself that he had to carry to this facility and put them all in chairs, and I'm calling bullshit on this stuff, man. So he's trying to go into all of their minds, and he's like, well, I don't know if you're going to survive all this. And yeah, I'm not too good. The good thing is that this is like a 2 and done situation. So I do like that page. I think they did a really good layout of that page, of what their fears are, I guess. And in their minds, he's beating the shit out of them. having the Clock King, I mean, I can understand if you gave him a little bit of a super speed thing because he's timing everything. He's timing his reactions. That would make more sense. Something to do with time, but having to do with mind control has nothing to do with clocks. It just doesn't. It just doesn't fit the persona of what the Clock King is. So I hope they get off of this because it just doesn't work. I really like Donna Troy's face there. The artwork's okay. But they get out, of course, and they're like, we can help you with your tumor. And he's like, I don't need no help with my tumor. I like my tumor. Something like that. But anyway, so he escapes after they try to come after him. And Dick is like, see, I told you you didn't have to worry about being the leader. You don't have to be afraid of failing. And he's like, whatever. She's like, whatever. So he goes to the bar, and he ends up meeting up with Deathstroke, who says, we're going to work together. You shouldn't underestimate them. Underestimate them? He took them all out by himself, carried 7 people to his lair, put them all in chairs. I'd say he did pretty well. I don't know. Anyway, having Deathstroke is going to be better. Even if they're together, it would be a better story. But this 2-issue thing was not good. It just didn't make any sense. All right, so let's jump into Kill All Immortals. You got to kill them all. It's kind of like Pokemon, but darker. So we're on issue 4 with this. This is the story of a woman. It's kind of like the same thing as Kill, Die, Repeat, or whatever, or something like that. They did that with Greek gods, where it was almost like Kill Bill, where the family ended up, killing her baby and her husband, when she was a god, and she ends up going and trying to get revenge on everybody by killing everybody. So this is the same type of thing, except it's Freya, and Leif Erikson is in here, which that's a weird one. Eric the Red is in here. Instead of having gods, they have, Thor is in here. I don't know why they didn't use, Odin and stuff like that, but Eric the Red, I thought that was odd. But anyway, it's the same thing where she's engaged to somebody and they're like, hell no, he's just trying to out us because he's a reporter, and we want you to stop, and we'll do anything, because they can't kill her. And that's why the weird thing about Kill All Immortals, she's not really killing anyone. But anyway, in the last one, they end up finding a spaceship because whatever made them immortal is an alien. I thought that was a weird twist, too. I don't know if I like that. And they found one of the boats that was like a Norse boat, which that I kind of liked. But the whole alien thing, I think that's a bad twist as far as I'm concerned. So we start out with them just burning whole villages, and she's like, I don't know if I like this. They're like, we're Vikings. This is what we do. We kill people and we pillage. It's our whole shtick, man. But anyway, we switch back. So the guy in the back there on the first panel is her fiance or whatever. They're definitely not married. I think they're just dating. So yeah, and the artwork's okay. I thought especially that first page is pretty good. But anyway, they end up running into them in the cave, and they have mercenaries with them. And the cave is where the alien ship was, and their Norse ship. And they march them outside, and then the whole family shows up, and they're like, we got you, so you gotta stop doing what you're doing. And we're telling you that this guy's not good. And she's like, you can't tell me what to do. And they're like, yeah, we can. And, she starts telling her brother, too, which is later on, that their father's not going to let him rise up the ranks ever. But he's like, you're a reporter. You're always going to be that. You're just using her. Just admit it already. And he's like, no, he's not, blah, blah, blah. And they put them out, I guess, right along this cliff or whatever. But she's going to use this to her advantage in a second here, because she ends up leaping off the boat and shooting one of them in the meantime. So she takes off, and they're like, she can't go very far, and then they realize that she actually stole a boat. So we get this boat chase going on, except they shoot the back of it all up. So she's like, we need to get a new boat. So we get, as they're coming up, the mercenaries are coming up with their own boat. She's like, well, I'm going to grab their boat. So she comes out of the water like Rambo style, and jumps up and kills them all. We get a little nice fight scene in there with her just hacking, slashing. And she ends up stealing their boat, and then we're fighting again with the brother, which is Leif Erikson, I believe, because they call him Eric Leif. Where they made it, I guess he made him change his name. He's like, because he's like, he didn't even let you keep your own name. So I don't know how they're all family when they're all using. That's why if it was gods, it would make more sense, because at least they're family. But Eric the Red had no affiliation family-wise to Leif Erikson. But anyway, he goes, and I'm finally, as soon as I get signal, I'm going to upload the picture of the spacecraft. And she's like, no, you can't do that. They will, if you do that, that makes them right, where you were just using me to get this story. And he's like, I got to do what I got to do, and you got to do what you got to do. And she's like, okay, I'll do what I got to do then. I'm sorry. And she shoots him. See? So unlike the other one where the baby ended up, I really like the Greek version. I think it's called Kill, Die, Repeat or something like that. It's just like the Tom Cruise movie where they use that line, that they use that as their title. And that one, she thought that the child was dead, but he ended up being raised by Zeus. So the kid was, like 10 years old, and, she had never known it, and the husband was killed, and she was actually living on her own. Where here, it's kind of a guy who's sketchy. So there is that little bit of differences and twist. But I'm waiting to see where they go with it. Because, of course, right now you're not killing. That's why she's trying to find this other alien or whoever gave them their immortality. Because she figures if she kills her, they'll turn mortal, and then she can kill them all. But now, what's the point? Because the motivating factor is gone now. But I'm waiting to see where it goes. But I like it overall. And it has a nice kind of a theme to it that's a little bit different. And Titans, no, this just was not good. It wasn't good. I like the Clock King, but this ain't him, because they've changed him just far too much. All right, well, that's it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. Remember to give me a thumbs up. Give me a like if you can. Definitely helps my channel out with any interaction that you have. Let me know what you guys are collecting. If you're collecting anything, I do these, of course, not only for people that are collecting comics, but people that aren't, so they can see what Marvel and DC and the independents are doing in case it does show up on their small screen or their big screen. Also, remember, if you can subscribe, please do. It'll show up in your feed when I release new things. I just did a review on Nobody Wants This from Netflix, and I'm doing one on Bonhoeffer, which is the new Angel Studios film. But anyway, yeah, definitely give me a subscribe if you can. Ring that bell, ding, ding. And if you want to check out the Green Hornet, just look in the description below. You'll find a link there to Kickstarter. Or you buy me a cup of coffee. The link is there as well. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys on the next episode. And happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. Have a great week.